Hey guys, welcome back. New video. Normally, I optimistically say that it's probably going to be a short one. This time, I'm just giving up. It's going to be long. It's going to be difficult. So buckle in, get ready. Here we go. This is also a celebratory mood that I'm in right now. The channel just hit 100K views. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really excited, really stoked to keep making videos, see what the future holds, and even branch out into some exciting new ideas. If you haven't checked out something like Program the Quadratic Formula or Program the Pythagorean Theorem a couple videos ago, but check it out. It's really good. Give me some feedback on it. See if you like it. Anyways, that being said, let's get into the program for today, which is the post activity 3.2.2. We're making some posts here, like kind of a message board type of thing, and we're learning how to use objects and classes. Now, if you haven't seen one of my old videos, it's called 3.1.3 supplements from last year. I'm not remaking it. I'm going to put the link in the description. It's really helpful to just go through, kind of understand what's going on with the class objects, make a few of them, experiment with them a little bit, and just kind of know what's going on and be better prepared for this. So I'll throw that link in the description. Strongly recommend doing that before you dig into the work here. But anyways, that is not the focus of this video. The focus of this video is what to do here with 3.2.2. First thing you want to do is hit that download button. I already did it here, and I unzipped it. It's in my downloads folder right here. Hopefully you guys can figure out kind of how to do that. That should be pretty easy. I started this new folder called 2019, so I'm going to pull them into there. If I can, let's see what happens here. Let's drag them and drop them right here in 2019. Okay, so now I got new ones. Let's open both of these up and take a look at it. Would you like to reload this file? Sure. And reload them. Okay. Oh, here we go. We have the skeleton, but not the post. Okay, there we go. There's the post. So the post is where we establish our class of post. So we are importing the date time. That's a built-in function with Python that allow us to, know the date and the time. We're defining the post. We're starting with a post ID number. Let's see, what else? So here's our initialize. You can see there's just two user-defined parameters, while there's also some other parameters that are not defined by the user. So the user name, obviously, that one is set by the user. The message is also set by the user, but something like the date and time, that's just set by the date and time function. The post ID, that's just set by a counter. It starts at 0, I think, and it goes to however many we want. It just increments by 1 every time. Then we have some functions where when we were returning the string, so like when we're printing it out, we're going to print out the username, the date and time, and the message. The set message sets what the message is going to be. So this one's a little bit different because you can see there's no return. It actually sets the message, so it says what the message is. Return the self.username and return the post ID. So there we go. So that's kind of what we're doing. We don't actually have to make any modifications to this file, which is nice. But we do have to make a ton of modifications to this skeleton file. Okay, so we have some things in the triple quotes up here, which what that does is it's a comment, as you guys probably know or may already know. That doesn't really, what am I trying to say about that? It's ignored by the computer, so it's just information for us. It's a trace around program right here. What a trace around means is it's not like fully robust. It's not fully functional, right? It doesn't look as good as like Reddit or something, right? But it's kind of like something that would start laying the foundation for that and kind of help you test out the logic, and then you could work on the graphic design and those kind of aspects of the program later. So we're just looking to add posts with our usernames and delete them and print them out, and I think that's it. So anyways, we're starting here. These kind of like these things are somewhat helpful in telling you what to do and what the goals are. Sometimes you have to like use two of them at once or skip one or something like that. So anyways, let's dig into it. So we're importing post right there. And it says, how will you save the post that you create? Review the loop near the end of this code for an answer. So I'm going to go down here, and here is the code that we're looking for right here. This is the print one. And you can see they're talking about this for post in post list right there. So that's something we need to do. Let's see. review the end of this code for an answer. Okay, so we're just going to we're just going to say post.list, and we'll just set up an empty list right there. It looks like it's already complaining. What did I mess up? Maybe it's post underscore list equals, I think there we go. Is that it? Okay, good. Or was it post dot list? Oh yes, post underscore list, perfect, equals, and we have our empty list right there. Maybe we could put even a space there and it probably won't mess anything up. Okay, perfect. And now it says, what is the username that they want to use? So we're going to say user name equals raw underscore input, and we'll use our parentheses and our quotes and say, hello, what is your name? Question mark. All right. Forgive me, I put this in the wrong place. So let's go to Control X. Okay, and we'll go right here. All right, so we'll post this right here. Okay, what is the username they want to use? So here in line 18, right after line 16 was the username they want to use. And we'll move our post list. Forgive me, I think I messed this up a little bit. There we go. Let's move this up to right here, post list. Okay, there we go. All right, I think we're in good shape now. Welcome the user to the program. So that should be pretty easy. We'll just print quotes hello, and then we'll put a plus, and we'll say user name, and then we'll do comma, oops, no, and then we'll do a quotes, comma, space, welcome, and we'll throw a slammer on the end there. Okay, so store initial user input in the variable. And it's not liking this. What are we complaining about here? I'm sure there's something. Looks like I forgot that plus sign. There we go. That did it. That did the trick. Thank goodness. Okay, store the initial user input in a variable identified by user input. Okay. So here we go. So this one is actually done for us. You may need to use this statement again to complete this activity. That's a hint for later, which we'll probably do together actually. So here we go. User input equals raw input. What would you like to do? And we have 5 options. Do we want to add a post to the archive? We want to remove a post from the archive. Do we want to change the user? Do we want to print? Do we want to quit? Okay, so let's see. So our user will type in one of those 5, or they'll type in something else, and we'll tell them that that was an invalid selection and make them do it again. So where are we posting to in the code? Review the end of the code for an answer. So I think this is where I got messed up. Yes, we're still posting to wherever it is, the post list. So I'm not going to, what is the username they want to use? I think I'm just going to leave it at username. I think we're all set here. I could be wrong here, but I think we're good. While user input does not equal quit. So we have that exclamation point equals. That means it does not equal quit. So as long as they don't type quit, we're going to keep running and running and running and cycling through this loop right here. Okay, so now let's get to the good part where we're adding a post here. So let's see. So we're going to say code for adding a post here. So if user input double equals, and then quotes add, and then we'll put our colon here at the end. If user input equals add, what should we do? Now here's where it gets tricky. We're gonna do this. We're gonna say message equals, and then we'll say a raw input of, in parentheses here, what would you like to post? We'll do a question mark there, and then we'll say new post equals, and now we're going to call for the first time our post class. And remember, there's only those 2 parameters that we have to have, and I forgot the order they were in. I think it's username and then message. That makes sense, actually, so maybe I didn't forget here. So let's say post of, and we're going to say user underscore name, and then we're going to do a comma, and then we're going to do message. So notice that we're not using quotes here. We're not actually inserting direct strings. We're inserting variables, and there is ways that you can like save some lines of code by simply putting the raw input there instead of the message, but I think it's a little bit clearer, a little bit easier to understand if you just do it that way. And then we're going to add this post that we created to our post list. So I'm going to say post underscore list dot append. So the append tool adds in the post that you wanted to create, and then we'll in there we will put, and I can't remember, is this a parenthesis or a colon? I think it might be a parenthesis, and we'll put new post, and probably this will tell me, okay, good. I think that's good. We don't have anything complaining, so that's probably a good sign. All right, so code for removing a post here. Now, sadly, I will not be teaching you. I will not be telling you how to remove a post. You're going to have to figure that out yourself. So but I will give you just a setup here, user input double equals, and then we'll say quotes remove, and then we'll put that there. And then no, now this is not what you want. We'll say print something like remove. Now, obviously, you want to put in the code to ask your user which post to remove, and then you want to put in the code to remove that post. I'm just going to print remove just so it keeps on working here, right? Code for changing your user. Again, we would just copy the syntax, and you know what? Pardon me, this needs to be an elif, not an if. So elif user input equals remove, and then of course we're going to need another one down here. Elif user input equals I think change user. Then we're going to change the username. Again, I'm going to let you figure out what to put there. All right, now here is where it gets, so right now what we can do is we can't change the user and we can't remove posts, but we can add them. And I'm going to try to get the print configuration working a little bit. I was having some trouble earlier with this, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, okay, so let's delete these. My heart's pounding right now. Let's delete that. Okay, so we've gotten rid of that, and now we've had this unexpected indent here that's still messing me up a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Okay, so it says for post in post list. So the first thing we need to do is add our if statement. So if, and we'll say, pardon me, elif, keep forgetting that, elif user underscore input double equals, and double equals what? Double equals print, and then we'll put the colon in there. This is what we're going to do. Okay, and it's saying invalid syntax. I'm not sure why. I think perhaps it has something to do with the indent here. So let's add an indent layer here. It's still saying invalid syntax. Not sure exactly what's complaining about there. Let's run it. Let's just run it and see what's going on. Okay, so it's saying elif user input equals print. That's so strange because it seems so basic. What am I not seeing here? We have our quotes. Pardon me. We have our double equal. We have our elif. We have our colon. So why is it not happy? Let's just try deleting that and retabbing it to make sure the tab is good. Still says invalid syntax. Okay, there we go. Now it moved off of it. It seems happier. Okay, let's run it and see what's going on there. Okay, so now we have this unexpected indent. This problem is persisting from last time. I'm not exactly sure how to fix it. Let's go back here. Oops, let's go here. So, okay, there we go. Maybe that fixed it just by using variable index before assignment. So this is one thing I noticed. PLTW didn't throw this in here, so we have this index variable, but we'd never define it. And now it's possible it comes from here. So let's check, is there an index? I don't see an index anywhere on this document. So I think we're going to have to create that ourselves. So let's see. I believe that will be created right here. Index equals 0, and then for post and post list, index equals index plus 1. Okay. And okay, let's run and see how it's going. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Hello, what is your name? Okay, we're off to a good start here. Keen. Hello, Keen. Welcome. Thank you. We should probably add a capital on that. Okay, let's see. We want to add a post. What would you like to post? 100K views. Baby, I'm milking this for all it's worth. Whoa, uh-oh, and now we're stuck in an infinite loop. This happened again. Uh-oh, and I think no matter what I say, it's just going to keep going and going and going. So that's not good. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop this. So good. Okay, add is working. That's the good news. The bad news is we have to do a little bit more before we can really functionally use this loop. Let's see. So let's go here. Code to inform the user that their input was not valid here. Okay, yeah. Okay, so let's say else. So this will finally be our else. We're not going to use an if, else, if. We're just going to use the else. And I think you still need a colon with the else. So we'll just say print, no, not a valid input. Okay. And then it says code that will allow the user to make a new selection. And then it says this code will finish the loop. I think they're talking about the code that will allow the user to make a new selection. I could be wrong, but I don't think we need any specific codes to finish the loop. So I think what we can do is come here and just say user input single equals, pardon me, because we're assigning it. And then we'll just go back and say raw underscore input question quotes, what do you want to do now, question mark. And then I think we can come back up here and we'll just grab this and see how it works here. Oh, and I think the triple quotes, okay, probably are what I need. Triple quotes, and we'll end with the triple quotes, and we'll paste that in there. Okay, and our tabbing is not quite right. I don't think it will matter, but just for the sake of readability, we should certainly keep everything correct. And okay, let's run this now, and I think we're going to be in good shape. Hello, what's your name, Keen? Okay, add, and you know what? Let's just 100K views. All right, what would you want to do now? Okay, so now it did tab over. Hopefully that's not a big deal. Let's see. Let's add another one. Celebrating with a Python vid. Okay, and then let's see, what should we do? Let's print them out now and see if that works. And then you can see right here, it did print right here. We have post 0 at January 31st at 2300 hours. We said 100K views, and then celebrating with the Python vid. That is post number 1, and then it asks us what do you want to do again. So I think finally, oh man, that feels so good. It's just, if you watch the video from last year, it was a disaster. This one's not great, but less of a disaster. So anyways, good luck on changing the user and removing a post. And good luck, just following along and getting all this to work. And thanks for watching the video. See you next time.